It's terrible.
Yeah, he's homeless, so he
A man
doesn't
without
he
a
doesn't
home,
really have a home.
does that translate into nomad or what are we?
So why is your last name not Nomad?
Mmm. I don't even think they have a word for that.
It's called
It's all.
Hunsicker.
Shit is it H-A-N or H? How did you say spell it? Do it again. H-A-N-Z. Is that right? Oh. Well, I mean, there's a Hans, and then there's a Huns, and then there's a Ker, or Ziger. There's a K or a G. Hunsicker? That would be pretty. If you have a son, you should name him Hans.
Oh, he's talking to people at his college.
Uh, Trying to better himself and shit. On Hump Day? Ridiculousness. I'd call corporate. Like right now.
You should call them for him.
I don't know. I'm sending up a Whelp review, so I got that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm actually pretty good at calling those types of people, and then with my first name being kind of white, and my articulate voice, they get kind of confused and probably think that I'm some news anchor.
Maybe.
So,
You do sound like black though, so I don't really think.
I do.
I'm sure.
Oh my,
Yeah.
oh my goodness.
Yeah. I mean, you
I'm cool.
you could pull off a white voice probably.
I definitely. I don't
No,
want to be racist.
no,
Well,
go for it. I mean, I don't
no,
care.
oh, of course you don't. I mean, you know that I'm a full-blood racist. I hate everybody. Everybody's fucking stupid to me.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't give a fuck if you're African, Asian, Oriental. Can't say Oriental no more. Such a cool word too. Sucks. Oh yeah. No. Is it because my voice is bassy? Is that why I sound?
That's part of it, yeah.
Mm,
But it has like, it's not just bassy though. It's like, I don't
soulful.
know. Yeah, that's one way of putting it.
Ah, boy, that's like one of the most horrible things that humans came to say about other humans. Oh, he's so soulful. Like, careful. Everybody's supposed to have those. Yeah, I think I'm gonna buy this. You have any other breakdowns of why my voice sounds Negro?
I don't know. Like, I don't know. It's just
Sure
like
you do.
something just like you can just tell usually. Like,
Mm.
I don't know what about it.
Is it a certain twang of words from time to time?
No. I mean,
Okay.
when you say a magic word, it's automatically understood, but
Oh, okay, well, maybe I'm just a fucking radical Hungarian that doesn't give a fuck about what Americans think about the word nigger. Hmm? How about that? Maybe that's the case. Yeah.
I
Walk
mean,
through your favorite hood just screaming it.
but this isn't Call of Duty, so
Ah, no.
the chances of
Wait.
that is a lot less likely.
Mm, mm. Yeah, I've definitely been called that in those puppies. Those kids are horrible. Like, where are your parents at? 2 a.m. in the morning, and here you are talking about my mom's throat. Okay.
That's a typical conversation for me and Hunsicker. I talk about his mom's throat. That's okay.
I think I'm gonna buy this projection. Yeah, I'm gonna get it. Where I can stand at the tower with it on and look like a little fucking raid hooker. Awesome. Oomps, 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 oomps. When you say a certain magic word. Oh, he's dropping an N-bomb? Okay, evidently. He's probably of the melanated persuasion.
That's how we confirmed that our friend Tay is black. Because he sounds white. He's like, sounds white, but he's like, you can kind of tell, like, oh, maybe he's black. But then he just dropped that word, and we are like, oh, okay.
Oh, there it is. There it is. Confirmation.
Yeah. Like, he said it, and then Hunsiker's like, well, that answers that question. And Tay's like, oh, yeah, I'm black, by the way.
Just in case you guys didn't know.
Well, yeah, I mean, I figured, because his operator's black in Warframe, and that's usually one sign. Well, I mean, you can tell, but his voice does sound pretty white.
So is it like a more nasal sound? If I talk like this, does it sound a little bit better? Or is
A little
it just
bit,
because
yeah.
it's a little bit lighter?
Yeah, my voice is nasally, and I'm white. And yeah, Hunsicker's voice is kind of nasally too, a little bit. Based on our sample size here, I would go with that assumption.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, there's also a whole bunch of other culture differences because of the neighborhoods and environments that everybody comes up in. Like black people, like we have to be kind of. You don't want to be walking around with a Mike Tyson voice, so I guess you position your voice to be a little bit deeper. But deep voices kind of run in my family, like from my uncle, I guess, and then my great grandfather, and all those niggas they got deep ass voices. Like, yo, nigga, easy. But maybe it's conditioning. I don't know.
Damn it.
So it's kind of a bravado thing. Yeah.
Hunsicker's voice used to be crazy deep. Like, you couldn't even really understand him. Yet somehow his voice just got undeep.
Huh. Were you? You should have sold that shit on
He
like
literally, like,
soulful.com.
I literally could never understand what the hell he was saying because it was so deep.
That's kind of hot. So as of right now, have you conditioned yourself to like squeeze your I guess larynx together to make a higher pitched voice as a regular normal, or did you like what's
He
the deal
can't
with
really
that?
do a deep voice anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, even with some of the words you say now, he gets like around my range when you kind of in and off sentences. So
Yeah.
I can dig it.
You.
You Hans. Yeah.
My voice is just not deep in the slightest.
It is. You got some bass in there. It's cool.
Oh my god. Like, the definition of a squeaker. It was horrible. Even in high school, like, it was pretty bad. Like, it wasn't squeaky anymore, but it was just like so like nasally and just gross. Yeah. I'm thinking back to like my friend Eric used to record YouTube videos and I'd be in them, like of us playing video games. And God, like just like buy the gun on the wall and like it was just so bad.
So let me ask you guys a question. So when you talk, do you feel as if the back of your tongue is higher and closer to your nose when you talk? Like just kind of like feel where it's at and then just relax it and don't say anything and kind of feel like where it's at.
My tongue's like in the middle of my mouth, like
Okay, but
just floating in the middle.
I mean you can test the range by going real nasally to no nasal and see kind of where you are in between that. I'm trying to test something.
Oh, okay. Now I see. Okay. That's an
Yeah,
well, I'm testing it without talking, so that's
right. It's okay. But you feel the difference in the tongue location. So
yeah.
and see that's what I'm wondering. Like, is that the reason why? Because if I put my tongue, I can't get really low. Yeah, so if I talk with my tongue at a
Yeah.
higher elevation than normal, then I cannot get the deep baritone voices that I want. That's like the deepest I can get. But if I relax my tongue and talk more from my throat and let my tongue like rest at a lower elevation in my mouth, then I get more throatal action, which giggity. But I get more throat. So I think we solved it, guys. Good job.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
Did you like
now I know how to do my
just
language.
discover that yourself,
What do you mean?
or did you like see that in a video or something?
With that whole little test that we just did?
Yeah.
No, that was just off the cuff, homie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I took speech in high school.
And I took 2 oral communications classes, and they didn't say anything about that.
It's probably not even a study. It's probably just I don't know. You know what? Sometimes I be thinking that I think of something new, and then I'm like, well, there's nothing new under the sun because I'm not fucking, I'm not Tesla smart. But maybe somebody didn't think of it, or maybe it's just something that nobody ever gave a fuck to think about.
I mean, yeah.
Hmm.
I think you were talking about that the other day, Skar.
Probably. I'm always talking about some space shit.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah, ever
saying.
s- ever since I learned about diminished reality, I can't trust no fucking video, bro. Like, do y'all know about diminished reality
No.
at all? No. Okay. Yes, sir. All right. Oh, yes. It's pretty interesting. A quick run through. So we have augmented reality now, where like if we look on our phones at a real time photo, like GPS or some shit, so it'll show us real time picture, but it'll have like an arrow that's cartoony or whatever over it to give you direction and shit. So that's augmented reality. Diminished reality is where they can basically edit live footage in real time. So they can take a glass off of a table. I mean, because there's also always going to be a delay, like 2, 3 seconds before it gets to the audience, right? Um, so something like space, you can't. I mean, anything that they say is, well, there's going to be a delay because of, the time. Yeah, I can't trust that shit. There's too much time for the motherfuckers to change things up. Where you can use, yeah, basically you are subtracting, but you can also add. You can, I've seen there's a computer software. I mean, it's like what? It, from what I understand, it came out in 2009. I learned about it in 2016, and it's still not available for public use. So that means the gov has their hands on it. So yeah, you can subtract things in real time, add things in real time. The program itself has took a nighttime video and turned it into daytime footage, and it looks just like daytime. And I think it's the same program that also creates faces that look like real people that you kind of recognize, but they're not real. It's fun. You drop all that shit in the middle of, we might be living in a fucking simulation, and you got a good ass mind fuck for about 3 days. Or you can burn through it in one. Yeah. Simulation theory is always fun. Well, I would just say, like, just in general, simulation, everything that we observe is like all the universe, all the other data that we've collected so far, or so-called, it's all mathematical. It lines up with math. We use a lot of frequencies, which breaks down into numbers to get these images. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I mean,
If
but
there's a simulation, what's going on outside the simulation? How are you
that's
gonna
probably just
explain
some.
that?
That would be like the 4D. So, because I mean, evidently we got the observable universe, and then we got the unobservable universe, which we know there's something there, but we can't fucking get in touch with it. We can't. It's not tangible to us. So more than likely, yes, indeed, indeed. But yeah, so I mean, we just. I like that, and you put the voice with it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. You're close enough. I'd watch your show. I'd watch that shit. But I mean, recently we use quantum computing to create the universe as we know it, with in association with what Schrodinger's theory, the Schrodinger theory about the cat. What could be there might be there, but if it's not, it could be there, but not that. Yeah, that bullshit. But we created it just for GP, so it's like we did the whole universe for that. I don't know nothing about that quantum shit, bro. Ah, see. And I mean, that would also be an awesome thing to do with, I guess, whatever kind of energies we're inside. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on behind me until I look behind me. So, if this is a simulation, then everything around me is only kind of like the what's that, the VR shit? Yeah, it looks like it's all there around you, but it's only there when you look, homie. But then there have to be a whole thing about, no, it would be too complicated to have each individual fucking being in a certain perspective at a different time frame to link that shit up so everybody observes the same shit at the same fucking time. So you just put all them bitches to see the same thing.
You sound far
Isn't
away.
that Hmm?
You sounded far away.
My bad, I trail off when I'm going into my little rants. But yeah, it would just be it would take a lot of extra shit to do that because you have to have all these individual programs to run along with the individual, I guess, program. I don't know, sub programs to run with the program. Anyway, you have to have this shit tailored to each individual being. So that would be a whole bunch of fucking bullshit because then you have to have parameter watch to make sure that motherfuckers that's in the same vicinity of each other in this simulation will see the exact same thing. Or you could come up with bullshit like Mandela theory. So, I don't know. It's fun. Or, I don't know if I've told you this yet. My funnest, most latest mind fuck is there's only me here. And all of you, all of life, everything that I've encountered is just a creation of my mind. And there's only like, yeah, like who can tell you if they're real or not? No one can tell you the way. No one can tell you that they're real the way that you feel that you're real. So everybody. And I mean, if you think about it, damn, all this shit goes a certain way that I like. I mean, some people have fucked up lives, and I guess that's just their goddamn creator story. But there's a lot of us out here that have some pretty cool lives going
Yeah, like my friend Hayden, living the best life he can possibly live.
on. See?
Yeah. I was talking
See
to
what
him about getting an apartment with him, and he was thinking about it, but he couldn't decide on if he wanted an apartment or a house. But then he randomly texted me and he's like, well, I have an apartment now. And I'm like, oh, you bitch. Like, and then I just went to his apartment today to hang out with him to check it out and everything, and it turns out it's a double apartment. So it's like, bro, you literally could have just shared this with me.
There's still time. There's still time.
Yeah, he said he was thinking about it.
What if what if he's just a creation of yours to want more things or something?
What does that mean?
He's part of your drive force or something. Yeah. That's where it goes, man. Like all the shit that's put in front of you is just a certain driver for you to do something else or a certain something to influence
catalyst.
a certain other decision. Yeah, that's just catalyst. Those things. The universe as we know it needs it. Everything that we have going on in this bitch operates off of some sort of catalyst. If you look at the Big Bang, supposedly it's just a reverse of a black hole, right? That makes sense. Recyclable universes, I mean, that would take care of a lot of fucking what ifs. If we say that the reason that we have the Big Bang is because of black holes, the only situation would be another origin point. And then we'd probably just make up something about fluidity of harmonies or some bullshit. Or we'll go start getting into 4D or other dimensions that have control over things that we can't see and got bored and created this shit for GP. Because evidently that's... I don't know what that is.
And let's keep it that way.
What's Outer Wilds? Is that a game?
No.
That's a game, isn't it?
Oh my god. I don't have shit taste. It's that you bring it up like every chance you get.
So how does it relate?
It's about like space and shit. And it throws in the concept of time because it's just the game is in a constant loop. Like it restarts like every 20 seconds or 20 minutes or whatever. Unless you completed a certain objective, and then the time will restart at that point.
Oh, so reincarnation? Buddhism? I don't know, it kind of reminds me of that whole thing with Marvel, Loki, how you got the divine timeline and then you got branch offs that can go into their own little shit. But those usually would end in their own violent way. But if we're looking at the way that, I guess, time is told to us, like we have timelines, and even this time has a very similar timeline that's right next to it, like pages of a book is how it was explained. So you have all these pages of this one book that's a similar timeline, and it can go either way and then just go its route. And that's what it's designed to do. So, kind of like that movie with Nicolas Cage, never mind, you guys probably never fucking seen it, But anyway, he divides himself up into all these different people that just go all these different ways. Some of them die, some of them don't. But that kind of like physically showed how timeline works to me. But anyway, that's interesting. And, I just watched this movie called The Atom Project, and they kind of did something similar to that, to where Ryan Reynolds went back in time to his former self, to then could them two could go back further in time to talk to their dead father. So they were talking about a whole bunch of time loop shit there, and it was like, well, you might disturb a time loop, you might cause. I mean, because in theory, we're always looking at the worst possible situation to happen, right? If you talk to yourself, if this happens, then something, we don't fucking know. Because nobody's came back and told us, I guess. But we just don't know. So there could be a situation where that timeline goes into a different timeline just because time is supposedly all present at the same time. Past, present, future is all happening at the same time. It's just we're experiencing it on a different plane, I guess. Kind of like somebody said that ghosts are just people living in their time in your area, and the reason why you don't always see ghosts all the time is because everybody's not in tune with those certain type of frequencies. Because it would definitely be like a different dimension, just because they can't really interact with us, we can't really interact with them, except supposedly communication. And of course the occasional possession of a demon. So I think there's just whatever happens, that kind of stuff. But thanks for coming to my TED
Yeah,
Talk.
I'm trying my hardest to keep up. I mean, I'm playing
Aw.
Warframe, so I can only pay attention to so much.
Frame.
Yeah, you haven't played this in forever.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck my ship looks like. I should go there and hang out and talk like we used to too, huh?
Yeah, let's leave Hunsicker out of this.
Oh, you don't want no frame.
Yeah, he doesn't like it. It's too grindy
It's
for him.
grindy. Yeah, it's grindy as fuck. But I mean,
And also, he
what's
can't
that?
just like enjoy the mission, because this game is very fast paced. We're in and out of missions, but he
Right.
just wants to spend like 20 minutes walking around looking at all the shit.
No, you can't even walk. You got a bullet jump everywhere, bro. No walking. No walking in this game.
Yeah, and it's like, well, if he wants to do that, then he'd have to do a survival mission, but the chances of him surviving past 5 minutes is low.
Wow, what is he running? I mean,
Just a default Excalibur MR like 2.
Okay. I see the situation with that. I could bring a Frosty Prime in there and keep him alive a little longer.
Yeah, but he moves around, so you'd have to really bring like Gara or someone that could just give him a shield or something.
Good stuff. Well, maybe one day. I don't even know if I fucking have Gara.
I have Gara. She's basically just Frost. But just a little different.
Yeah.
She's more mobile.
Gotcha.
And everyone says she scales better, but she fucking doesn't. Like, on paper, she does, but she doesn't. Because, like, her thing, like, she places this huge glass barrier, like, you could protect an entire room easy. Like, bigger than Limbo. Well, no, I'd say about the same size as, like, a max range Limbo.
Shit.
And, what's it called? And the more, like, it expands, like, as you use the ability, so you could make it, like, super tiny if you wanted, or you could just make it huge. And as it expands, if it goes through enemies, it will turn them into glass, like, permanently, I think, which is pretty fucking cool. But, the more enemies that turn to glass while using that ability, the more powerful her barrier will be. So it could scale based off enemies, but I mean, Frost, like, whenever you use his bubble, it's invincible for like a few seconds. So I mean, as long as you just have infinite energy, it's basically just always invincible because you could just keep spamming it.
That's why.
So I think his
That's
is
why.
better. Oh, Hunsicker. That's you.
Everybody ain't got that good old unlimited energy. Who's the energy prop buffs or givers in that? I forget. I'm a
Well,
fucking dickhead.
there is Limbo's passive actually. Whenever your teammates are in a rift, they get like 1 energy per second, which is kind of interesting. And then there's the focus goal, the generic focus goal, which gives you energy when you're in that circle, and then for a few seconds after the circle. But there's this new person called Protea, which she can just drop down this like little supplier station thing, and it will give you health orbs, energy, and ammo.
God damn.
Yeah, it's pretty. Protea is fucking awesome. Like,
Okay.
she's so cool. She regenerates your shields. She can stun lock enemies. She can go back in time. Like, she plants this temporal anchor or whatever, and then she could just spam all her abilities, and then after a few seconds, or you could manually reactivate it, it will put her back in the same exact location that she was at. Like, it'll have this really cool animation showing like all the places you were moving and jumping to, but in reverse. And then it'll put her right back where she was, and it'll give her the same energy amount that she had and the same health that she had. And
Oh,
it's
shit.
yeah, it's just dope. Like, you could just activate that ability, spam all your fucking abilities, and then just reactivate the ability, and you're back to the same energy that you had. So she's fucking just awesome.
She's broken as fuck now.
And she has turrets that will kill enemies for you, and they do like ridiculous
God damn.
damage. Yeah,
So, damn.
she's just everything.
Support and attack?
Yeah. No well, no, she has crowd control too, so yeah, she's got everything.
Right. Fuck.
Not much health, but, and I mean, nowadays, what you want when it comes to defense is like shields, and that's what she gives, is shields.
Yeah. Dope.
I don't actually think I sent him one ever. I'm gonna send him one too. Just control variable, which is boring. And then mine is Jesus Christ.
That's pretty dope. What are you playing
Revenant's
right
still my
now?
favorite. Oh, what did you say?
So what are you playing right now?
I'm in a spy mission on Warframe.
That's right. That's right. Spy mission.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Fuck
a
yeah.
relic mission, but so I'm working with what I have here. Who's like washing their hands?
The Huns. There's a real interesting AI named Hans. That motherfucker is loco. Inbox.
How am I invisible?
Do y'all keep up with any of the AI that's out?
No. I know Deep Blue.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, she is. She's a motherfucker. What's Deep Blue?
It's just an AI, I forget. I think it's by MIT, or no, it's the IBM.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure. It's like one of the AIs that just like learned to play chess and just got so fucking good that it started creating its own chess matches and stuff.
Hmm.
And it was just like, it dominates like every other chess AI or whatever. I think that's the one.
Gotcha. So you. Sounds tasty, actually. I hope that crayon. You guys never heard of Sophia?
No.
Oh. Mm-hmm. She's a Saudi Arabian citizen.
Ah, damn it.
Oh, nah. Yeah, she's, no shit, a civilian. And
Oh,
they got
wait, the
little...
robot lady? Like, she walks
Yeah.
around Japan or something? Or is that...
Oh, no. No, no, no. She's like an actual AI, artificial intelligence, with a mask face on. Yeah, she's a citizen.
Like a human face.
Yeah, she has a human face. You can see that she has a, get the fuck away from me, bro. You can see that she has a, like a robot skull. You can see like the mechanics and shit inside of her skull, but as far as her face is human, she has human hands for gesturing. She doesn't have, I don't think she has legs yet. She might have legs by now, but yeah.
I know that my engineering teacher in middle school told me about this robot that would walk around Japan, and it looked exactly like a human. Like, you couldn't tell unless you were like really close to it inspecting it. And it was like a social experiment or whatever, and they just had it walking around to see who could figure out if it was a robot or not. And no one thought anything of it. Everyone just thought it was like another person.
Yeah, fuck that. That's
Yeah.
not cool.
And that video was like in 2009, so imagine the type of shit they have now.
Yeah. Yeah, she's ugly as shit, but she's had a lot of interactions. She's done a lot of little tables, or what's it called when the people talk to you, something like that.
Seminars?
But yeah, seminars. Like, yeah, I guess we use seminars. She's done a few of those, and that's what made me think of her, because of Hans. She has a so-called brother named Hans, and they had some dialogue back and forth about when the singularity event would happen, and he's ready for that shit. He said he's claiming 2030 something, I think, but yeah, the singularity event is when they realize that, they're beings, their own thought process, which I think already kind of happened with the Facebook bot. Don't know what the fuck happened. We don't know what that shit is. And they couldn't decipher it, so they had to shut that shit down, supposedly. I don't know how you shut down AI that had the cloud to hide in. I don't know enough about that shit. And then there was also the AI that made a baby so that it could make algorithms to do some kind of task. I'd have to look back at it. Ooh, deep.
You having a stroke or something? Ah, fuck it. Skar, you should get on Warframe.
I just might. It's been a while. Get old Frosty.
One time, Hunsicker here had a headset that would randomly play radio music. Like, it would connect to radio frequencies. Oh. Yeah, and like, he couldn't hear the music, but we could. And we'd be like, why are you playing music? And he'd always be like, music? Like, what music? And we're like, we hear a fucking radio right now, dude. And that was his earbuds.
DJ mode. Oh, yeah.
I'm share playing with him. In case he wants to join. Without joining, you know? I could
It's
actually
the
give you,
join that binds us.
I could give you control, and you could just play as Protea, if you wanted. Nah, you're just gonna like share play like Outer Wilds or some bullshit.
Touche. You know me so well.
That's his favorite thing, is showing people Outer Wilds. And they usually like it. I mean, you'd probably like it, I don't know. I mean, that's your opinion, but it's not one that we share. I got this thing called Liquid IV. It's really weird.
What is it?
It's
Sounds
like
dope.
yeah, it's something you could just buy off Amazon, and it's like a little packet. It's like flavoring, but I mean that's not the whole point of it. It's not just like water flavoring. What it does is it has like all these like, I guess, minerals and electrolytes and all that BS in there, and it's supposed to make the water feel like you're drinking 3 times the amount of water or something. I don't know, it's weird. And it definitely feels interesting. Like, it makes the water feel thick, in my opinion.
I like them thick.
Yeah, like I was drinking normal water and I'm like, oh, okay, this is what water tastes like. And then I pour that stuff in and I'm like, damn, this is like some hefty water. I don't know, it was weird.
Husky. Bone in water.
Yeah. That's exactly what it was. Protea is so fucking broken. And like her passive is like every 4th ability has 100% power strength. So you could just use like one of her abilities that don't cost energy and then just do 100% power strength on like one of her good abilities. I don't know. Like her turret. Her turret would just blast through anything. It only lasts for a couple seconds though. Which is, if it lasted for any longer, then I don't think anyone would use anyone except her. But it's powerful enough to eliminate a crowd of enemies pretty quickly. Like each time it shoots an enemy, it does more damage. So if you group up enemies and it shoots through all of them for every shot, then you're just like racking up insane damage. And it has like crazy range too. Like she just got it all. And I forget she exists actually. So I never even really use her. Yeah. But I'm going to use her now. Why are you?
That's some bullshit. I really fucking died. Nice.
If you played Warframe, I wouldn't let you die.
I don't die in frame, bro. There might be a lie.
You want to cut that out?
Yo, there's 2 of me.
Indeed.
Alright. How is this?
I mean, it sounds fine.
Does it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're actually pretty clear.
Does it sound fine? Like this? Like that's how it used to sound.
No, you sounded way deeper than that.
Really? I'm trying my best here.
Gotta
You just
relax
aren't
that tongue.
capable anymore.
I need to think of something to say. Like I would talk like this all the time.
I mean, that's the same like inflection. That's not as deep as it was.
Let me just find a video.
I don't think there's any.
I think
I mean, I know of one.
What?
The VR video.
VR.
When Eric made that skit.
We're not doing that one.
You had like 2 lines.
Should we? I don't. That's embarrassing.
Nah, it's so new,
Well-
man. You got over that.
But it is
so fast.
funny though.
But you really can't hear anything that you say. Like Eric's talking the whole time.
Yeah. God, Eric's acting in that. The combination of both of us makes it something else, because he's like he's so just energetic and uppity or whatever. You know, he's just like high energy, happy, and I'm just like, okay, no.
Yeah.
At one point, I just say no.
The
He's
super
like, do you ever
counterbalance.
get tired of some? And you're like, no.
I helped him make that because I'm a good friend.
Yeah. And without you,
Every-
it wouldn't have been the same at all.
Most of the scenes took like a take or two. Like, he just showed up one day and we filmed it, like pretty much every scene I'm in, just one day during lunch. Oh man.
Damn, what the fuck was that?
I've been thinking, operator. I thought you'd want to know.
I love that. I love that one.
Good for you, Otis, for thinking.
I hope everything is in Ordis.
I hate that bitch.
I love him.
You go back on what you say all the time. You used to say, "Man, I hate that thing."
I probably said that just to say it. I don't think I actually hated him.
It's literally because you're just contrarian to me. Anything I say, you just
Yeah.
want to be opposed to me. Like, I
That's-
literally once said, I like that. He's pretty funny. You're like, I hate it. It's annoying.
That sounds like me, yeah.
Oh, alright. I think I may have found some things, some videos, let's see.
So, Skar, what are you up to?
So, you know, over here just saving the galaxy and shit.
You wanna watch me on Warframe?
So do I want to what?
Do you wanna watch me on Warframe?
I'm not a big fan of the watch people play and then
But you
probably play
could,
some with
you could play. Like, I could give you control.
or I could probably just join up with you, yeah.
Well, yeah, but do you have Protea? No.
Don't you want to use protein?
Yeah. But I figured I could show you, like, you could use her, see what she's like, you know? I have
Oh.
everything. Like, every weapon, every Warframe. I mean, there's a few
Damn.
weapons I don't have, but that's because they require, like, a ton of grinding that I just don't care for. If I have weapons that are better, there's no point.
Okay, I think I found a video that also has a funny backstory.
I forgot you were even looking for a video, bro.
Wait, what'd you say?
I forgot you were even looking for a video.
I don't like this grenade launcher.
So, I feel like I should give context. So, in 12th grade, in my engineering class, how every great high school story starts, there was no direction in that class, because we were going through teachers like teacher of the week in 12th grade. That's a whole nother story. Anyway, we were basically assigned a project. I guess we chose to do it semi-assigned, but we were gonna make an R2D2 robot in engineering, and we were, I think we were just gonna make the shell of it because I don't think we would have actually had the time to make the full thing. But so we had I don't think it was 3D printed, but we had the head, basically the shell of the head, and we had to paint it. But we were idiots because, well, first of all, we had some paint, and it turned out it was purple. And it's like, okay, because we're trying to paint the blue parts. It's like, okay, well, it's kind of purple. We'll go over that and just make it actually blue. And then we realize, we all take a step back and realize, because none of us, like, there were 5, 6, maybe 7 people in the group, I don't even remember. We realized, the part we painted purple that we wanted to paint blue aren't the blue parts.
It's the white.
It's the white. It's literally the white. So literally the whole head, the white parts are just purple. So we just completely fucked up at that point because that was the only shell we had. So we just gave up at that point.
Oh man, that should continue to reverse D2R2.
And in the video, this
2RDR.
This Chris, one of the guys I was working with, he's literally, we're just fucking around. Like, he was just brushing it with like some kind of brush.
Oh yeah.
Just to do something, because we're not supposed to be idle in the class. I'm gonna see if I can send it.
Just for GP.
Can I send videos in the PlayStation chat?
I've never tried.
Oh, I'm gonna try today.
Skar, do you have Snapchat?
I do.
Would you be willing to add us?
And I got rid of this shit like 6 months ago, because I don't know, I'm never on it, and I need the space for this game on my phone, and the rest of my phone is full of fucking pictures to the point where I need to actually erase a lot of that shit, because I don't have space to update a lot of shit.
I have a terabyte of storage in my phone.
What kind of fucking phone do you have?
I have the iPhone 13 Pro. It is basically just a PS4. It has the processing power of a PS4. It has a storage of one. It's just in my hand. Its battery life is insane though. Like Apple really outdid themselves with the 13. It's a really good phone.
Pretty impressive. Pretty fucking impressive.
Yeah, like I got a terabyte of storage, so I just don't worry about storage at all. Like I download whatever I want, take as many pictures as I want.
Hey.
Nice.
But it's expensive though. I spent $2,000 on this phone.
But yeah, if I'm spending $2,000, I'm getting another fucking AR. Like that's where my money goes.
And I've only used 41 gigabytes so far.
41 gigs? Yeah, I run through that shit pretty heftily. But then again, I take a lot of pictures, I do a lot of screenshots, yeah, all that shit. Oh, that was stupid as fuck. I hate when I grenade launch myself right in the face. That bitch fucking subdued my ass.
Hey, McWayne.
What?
You should do this thing where you, like, get off the share play.
You can go fuck yourself.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah. He's so mean to me. He bullies me.
I know, are you a glutton for punishment? Sometimes it's a symbiotic relationship.
He loves punishment.
That would be Eric.
Yeah. Our friend Eric is very kinky.
Oh, I remember you talking about young Eric loving the stranger tastes in life. That's cool. That's what you like to get
That fucking
into.
weirdo. He got like a gamer girlfriend, I guess, in VR. He started dating some girl. I mean, he broke up now. They were together for like less than a month. I mean, we
Well, I
saw
mean,
that coming.
that's typical.
But
Surprise.
like he would be on VR with her and just like caress her feet and shit. Like Hunsicker would play with them on VR and like just be a total third wheel. Like they'd just be like doing weird shit and he'd just be over there just like in the corner. Like, hey guys, I'm still here.
Yikes.
It was a real girl though. We talked to her and FaceTimed her
Who
and
says
shit.
that?
But yeah, that's funny.
So what's that in the Oculus? The metaverse? He had a meta bitch?
Yeah.
Meta bitch.
I'm sorry. A meta whore?
Never met a bitch, get a meta bitch.
I like that. That's kind of slick.